finally time to say goodbye to New York City. Well, it's over here. As you can probably tell, my room here in Brooklyn is empty, and that's because I'm officially leaving New York City. This is my final morning here. I'll be leaving officially tonight. Living in this apartment was my first time ever living on my own in a place. I've been traveling for the last 4.5 years, like living with different people, but I've always been jumping around locations. This is my first time moving out officially and living on my own place and paying rent by myself. And it was such an incredible experience. I had so many good times in this room, so many good memories, both that were on camera and off camera. It feels good, I'm not gonna lie. It feels good because I'm excited to move on with a different chapter of my life. I'm gonna remember it forever. It's gonna have a very special place in my heart for the rest of my life. Anyhow, I'm gonna go on an epic road trip. See you in a bit. Boom! And I'm homeless now. I'm still in New York, but I'm homeless. It's also been 2 weeks. Or 3, and it's finally time to say goodbye to New York City. It is now 1 day before I leave. This will be my last video from New York City, at least this time around. So I'm really counting this as kind of like the say all be all goodbye. I am now going to be driving down back home to Miami for a little bit before I continue on my adventures around the world. And I think the best way to kind of send off this ending to our New York series is to show you a really awesome, beautiful montage of some of the best moments from this experience out here in the city. And we can do that by starting off with rolling the intro for the last time. So let's roll the intro. I may or may not have moved to New York City. I'm with my boys, John Barr, Jacob Carlson. Vegan for 24 hours. Surviving just with a $10 bill. Times Square.
I lied about the whole dinner thing, and we're actually going to 368 Broadway. Actually?
This is so wild. 90,000 subscribers, ladies and gentlemen.
What's your name?
Bimo. Snuck into the Chinese New Year parade here in Chinatown in New York City.
Today we're going to be eating from one of the worst rated restaurants in New York City.
Worst subway stations in New York City. Smells like poop. Guide about Greenwich Village, Lower East Side, East Village, Financial District, Chinatown, Chelsea and Hell's Kitchen, Harlem, Central Park. And this is going to be a sort of like series-like thing that I'm going to try called Walk and Talk.
Walk and talk. Walk and talk.
Walk and talk. Walking and we're talking.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk. Walk and talk.
Walk and talk.
Walk and talk is walking and we're talking. Walking and talking. All right. I feel oddly sentimental. It's like this, I don't know. This is really weird. It's a really weird feeling. And it's time to say goodbye to this city. So I thought before we say goodbye and kind of like wrap up some of my thoughts on this place, we might just try to rewind and see how we got here.
early fall 2018. I had returned home from my around the world trip just a few months prior, very confused with what the heck I want to do with my life, still not making enough money to survive on YouTube, and pretty much having to decide what I was going to do next. I tried doing a weird food show, that didn't do well, and I tried road tripping across the United States to potentially live in Los Angeles, California, and I realized I really don't think I like that city very much. My two friends, John and Jacob, convinced me to potentially have the idea of moving out to New York City for a brief amount of time. And that's when the idea was dropped and kind of started conjuring up in my brain. I thought about it, and I thought about it for around a month, and I finally decided to jump the gun and drive up here with Moshe and Vidal, my two friends. The plan was to stay for about a month and a half to 2 months before continuing on somewhere else. And it's been 6 months now. I got a sponsorship with the World Trade Center Observatory. They sent me to the top of the observatory. I got to sneak into the Chinese New Year parade. I got to run around in a snow squall in the middle of New York City and film a video that reached thousands of people. And I think I was able to lift some of the stigmas on certain parts of the city and really help a lot of people on their next trip when they come out here. I really, truly feel like I've accomplished a lot with this journey here in New York. There's been a lot of personal growth and a lot of connections that have come out of it. And I'm so proud of every single moment here. For me, I haven't ever stayed somewhere for so long, maybe outside of Israel, which I used to live in, and then in the Philippines, and I absolutely fell in love with the Philippines when I was there, but it's been a totally different experience because in the Philippines, I was traveling thousands of miles throughout the country, but here, I was really, most of the time, in the confines of like the same 12-mile area, just exploring so much in like one little circle of the part of the world. And I truly felt like in this period, like I wasn't trapped, like I was traveling every day and I was pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and every day was just a new adventure here. And it's because of obviously the videos that you guys as an audience who watch my videos allow me to create, because of that drive that this city has initiated within me. I'm gonna take the lessons that I learned here in New York and seriously apply them to the rest of my life. That's a given, that's for sure. The work ethic that I picked up here and the balance between the work life and the personal life that I think I picked up here is unlike anywhere else that I could have learned it. And it's a really, really cool chapter that I'm putting into my story, into my book. I'm positive that I will be back here again. I literally made a list with over 200 ideas when I got here to New York City, and I think I've maybe crossed off maybe like 60 or 70 of them. So I still have so many ideas that I want to shoot. And obviously I couldn't fit them all in because there's just so much out there. There's so much. So without this video getting too long, I think a proper end off would just be to say this. If you liked this journey, I'm happy you did. If you hated it, I'm happy you did as well, because this, for me, this whole video, this whole experience, this coming to New York wasn't for you. I moved out here for me. I moved out here for my creative control, for my creative growth, for my business growth. I did it for me. It was a decision that I made for me, and I'm so freaking happy about it. I think that it was an excellent decision overall. And if I can relay that over to you guys, like I've made tons of videos about travel guides here and why you should move here and safety here to kind of ease your brain if you're thinking about here. I really, really stress this point. If you're thinking about coming out here at any point in your life, I highly, highly suggest it. Give this place a shot. It might seem overwhelming, it might seem scary, but I think it's really healthy. The city is unlike any place on planet Earth. Very healthy place to come and try to be in, to exist, to experience the energy of this city for a little bit. And with that, I think we're gonna end this video for the last time here in New York City, at least for now. It's a sad day, but also a really happy one because I'm so excited for what's to come. And it'll probably be a few months before I edit this video because I'm so backlogged on content. So who knows when I'm gonna edit this and my feelings then, but Tal, you did good. This is for you, man, for you editing. You did good on this one. This was a good trip. If you guys want to keep up to where I am and what I'm doing in real time, because definitely this video will be posted after the fact that I've left New York, follow me on Instagram so you can keep in touch with all the future adventures that are coming up. As well, if you want to support me on this YouTube channel journey, you can buy some merchandise down in the description below or on screen right now. And use my Airbnb link if you're coming to stay in New York City. It'll help me a lot, especially on these future travels. Thank you once again, one last time, to all of you, especially all the new New Yorkers who have come over to this YouTube channel, who have told me I've been doing a good job on these videos, who have pushed me and encouraged me to continue making videos in your wonderful city. I know I'm not a local here, but I really feel like I've connected with this place, and it's gonna have a place in my heart forever. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you long time. Goodbye, Clads.